Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Um, Today I just want to talk about the experiences and the lessons of the divine child. Um, the experiences of the divine child in the very beginning are very harsh, very crucial. Um, I believe that to be only because we have not yet got a good amount of lessons under our belt. So whenever we don't have that, then you have to go through a lot more experiences until you get to the point where you're able to receive the light lessons, the lessons from directly from the light. Um, and you, as the darkness, as the divinity, you're experiencing what the light looks out there, and we call that experience. I mean, your experience what the lessons look like out there, and we call that experience. But then you get to the point where you're realizing how exactly the light is moving, how exactly it came from you, and how the darkness and the light came from the same being, came from the same soul, spirit. And then you start having lesser and lesser experiences. And when you do have experiences, they're more refined on another level. And the goal of all this is to experience, but then there's ways where you can get into pitfalls when you allow your narrative to be outsourced by other divine childs that know or at least have a semblance of realization of how they could use their experiences to control other people's experiences, and never their lessons, of course, because you can't take your light and have it as someone else's light, um, or better yet to say, you can't exactly force someone to learn a lesson, i.e., you can't take a horse to the water and make it drink. Um, but they can tailor their experiences to change your narrative. But that's ultimately just you allowing them to do that. When you close off that allowance, then it's over. But yeah, the divine experience, divine child, it goes through a lot. We go through a lot, you know? I'm not gonna put it out there in the light. It is, but you know, but hey, um, we go through a lot. But it's not like it's meant to hurt or harm. It's always meant to grow and expand. And I know for a fact that we all brought ourselves here one way or the other, either through egoic purposes. You know, we're in the higher realms. They're like, dang, can we make this better? Or you know, we just wanna put ourselves on another plateau, and even to make sure that the waters that sustain our soul aren't being compromised, aren't being messed up. Like you want we a lot of us came here for that reason, so that we can make sure that our soul water, our solar waters, the waters that are surrounding our soul, the crystals, you know what I'm saying, they're good. They're not being misused, you know what I'm saying, corrupted. And you see the sun is shining extremely bright. It seems to follow me everywhere. So does the moon. But we have to make sure as divine children that we just don't lose that perspective that at the end of the day, at our foundation, at our roots, even at our heights, we're divine children of the divine feminine and divine masculine, or the divine masculine, divine feminine, and then that middle pillar, the Shishumna, the divine child, the coming together, the avatar, the progenitor, um, and the creation and the creation of the divine feminine and the divine masculine. Those coming together create everything, and we're in a very delicate time. We're in a very delicate time as of right now. Only delicate because there seems to be so much demonic activity, but you have to realize The only thing that can stir the pot of the demons is divinity. Another demon can't stir up another demon because they're already a part of the same legion at the end of the day. So why else would this time be so prevalent in any type of activity? It has to be the divine, because any reality you go in is divine. Either it's more denser, still divine, or it's less denser, still divine. Everything in between, no matter what reality you go to. So the end point, in my eyes, in my perspective, is to really go in and find, not even find, but be that divine child in every reality. You have to be that divine child in every reality. So it doesn't matter what reality you wake up in, you have to be like, remember intrinsically your divinity and just go with that, you know? So I always had dreams where like I would just be going through the flow and just, just riding the wave. And I realize now it was because I am a divine child. You know what I'm saying? And even when I started realizing it more and more, dreams got more coherent, got more clear, got more, I could start seeing myself more in the dream, which I was always there, but in different realities, you're gonna have different perspectives. You're gonna have different ways of moving. But there's underlying all that is an intrinsic, is a immortal divinity. And when you connect to that, everything just becomes like a crystal, literally. Like it's storing energy, it's creating water, it's doing all type of stuff. And it can be programmed, of course. I don't know the what the connection would be with divinity and programming. Maybe because on another level, divinity is can be seen as digital, so maybe in that way. But it's only digital because there's certain people that are able to realize the light lesson, of course. And it's like, oh, how can I circumvent realizing that I'm divine? Let me just create this computer over here that's exactly like the human mind, and then start, making all type of applications and cell phones that's just like the perception of a being, and so on and so forth. But yeah, definitely remember that you're the divine child, and when you find yourself in these different realities and you're trying to talk to somebody about being something that you are, and they, what I'm saying, just be you, allow them to do what they're gonna do. And then when they do it, you realize, oh, it was me the whole time. I was putting somebody else in that position that I'm supposed to be in. You was putting somebody else in the position of divinity, so much so that they thought that was the case for them. And there's the paradox, because like I was saying earlier, you're trying to change somebody's experience, somebody's lessons, and that's only because you're not in the correct position, not in the correct realization of yourself. So even me doing that to that being was me trying to change their experience because I thought that's what they were, but that was what I was. So I was pushing that outwardly to that being, and I put myself in a stupid situation, ultimately. And that makes sense that it would be the case, because I was just thinking the other day that a lot of people, everybody is trying to be positive in their own way, but your positivity looks different from their positivity. So me trying to be positive, like, oh, he's supposed to be the leader in that role, was me being positive, but it was negative to me truly and to him. So you had to go in, I had to go in and change that from seeing, oh, whenever I thinking I'm seeing somebody in that position, it's really them reflecting back to me what position I'm in. And that's ultimately divinity. So it really takes the power out of people's hands, you know. Um, or it takes your power out of the hands of others. You know what I'm saying? Because you realize, dang, people aren't, you know what I'm saying? They're not really evil. They're just stupid. It's simple. I mean, it's just like everybody in the government, just like everybody in the shadow government, everybody elsewhere and so forth. They're just stupid, you know? You can see spirit in all type of ways. You can see divinity in all type of ways. So there's ways to see divinity as demonic. There's ways to see divinity as density. There's ways to see divinity as discernment. It's all up to you. But at the end of the day, everything is going to return to source. Everything is going to return back to, you know what I'm saying, the progenitor, the divine consciousness, divine center of it all. Even if it's so hard, it's still going to go back, right back where it came from. And even to a point where it's worn down into nothingness, back into the divine essence that it is, it will return. So at the end of the day, when you're going through these lessons of these L's, just take them as a win. Take them as a lightening up, you know. Be like Michael Jackson and lighten up, you know. But yeah, that's this is gonna be definitely for me, definitely a lesson I'm gonna go through many times, through many cycles, through many worlds and realities, and I'm gonna have to come back to this point and remember I am the divine child, and you will too. You guys have a blessed day. Stay whole, stay peaceful. Peace.